The opinions expressed in the Brothers-in-Law show are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for personal professional legal advice.
Thanks for tuning in to Brothers-in-Law on Go Country 105. I'm Larry Mandel.
And I'm Rob Mandel.
And we've been trial attorneys here in Los Angeles for over 40 years.
On our show, we will discuss current events, talk about legal issues, and have some very entertaining guests stop by. So stay tuned every week for Brothers-in-Law right here on Go Country 105.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Larry Mandel, Brothers-in-Law, and here with me is
Rob Mandel.
Hello,
the other
Rob.
half of Brothers-in-Law.
Good morning,
hey, Larry.
Rob. Hey.
Hey, you know, Larry, we're lawyers. We've been lawyers a long time. We represent people who've had really bad things happen to them for the most part. But the other side of us is that we are business people. We hung out shingles. We started with nothing.
That's true.
And so in that sense, we are entrepreneurs. And, you know, it's been a process, has it not? It's not like we just, walked out one day and said, oh, we're lawyers and now we're going to make a bunch of money. You know, it was work just to get people to come on over and let us help them out.
Well, it's so true, Robin. You had to have, like we did, a vision at first, because we did start out with nothing.
Right.
To think about where are we going to go and how are we going to get to that level.
Right.
Right.
And even though it's been a lot of fun, and I never really thought of it as, I'm an entrepreneur, I got to build this business and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's what it turned out to be. That every day, not only do we have to take care of the people we do represent and take care of those clients, but we have to think about, okay, where are those next clients coming from? And how do I build this business? And how do I, make the entrepreneurial side of this really happen?
Yeah, without burning out.
Without the burnout,
Right.
Which, that can be a problem. But we think, I think a lot of times today, there's a lot of folks that are starting up businesses. They're very creative. They're finding all kinds of new ways of serving people, helping people, doing creative, amazing things. But a lot of people are pretty impatient too.
Yeah, they
just
want it instant. Instagram, right?
Yeah. I don't think Instagram, that's right. Instant gratification. I'm not sure that happens.
And that leads us to our guest star, our very special guest, Kimberly Liu.
Our guest star.
Yes.
Like that.
I love that.
Yeah, you are a star. And Kimberly Liu, you are an integrative life and corporate mentor who coaches top CEOs, entrepreneurs, celebrities, and world-class athletes around the world. She helps clients accelerate and thrive through mental focus, emotional fitness, and physical training.
Wow.
Welcome.
All right, so
Thank
welcome
you.
to the show. Tell us a little bit about all that, because that sounded like, I don't know what he
What the
was
hell
talking
is
about.
that?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it sounded pretty good.
Yeah, he's
That's
reading
me.
something.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody with an introduction like that, let me tell you something. I better step up.
That's right. That's right. You got to live up to it.
Yeah.
So what do you do exactly?
So they call me an integrative life mentor and health coach. So I like to help people with burnout. A lot of times people like you're successful, but sometimes
Burned out.
Burned out.
Burnout.
Pretty much.
Let's face it.
And that's a common thread.
Yeah.
When somebody is a type A, my clients are type A individuals, they are burnt out from life.
Right.
Life has kicked their butts. Yeah. But that being said, it's not just all about the work, but they have a drive, just like you, just like me, right? I am my best client.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So I created this whole program for me, and then I realized that I had to serve a need because I realized there were other people like me, especially entrepreneurs, that were striving and had single focus of what they wanted to do, and they weren't going to let anything stop them.
Right.
However, when you do that, it's kind of like a survival mode. So let me ask you this. If a deer is being chased by a pack of wolves, is he going to stop and get a massage?
He's going to run for
Look
his
at that
life.
buck over there. Yeah. Yeah.
Is he
no.
gonna
Let's
stop?
get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Is he going to stop and have meaningful conversations with his dear family and have a
Right.
steak dinner and be able to digest it?
Yeah.
No, he's thinking predator, where are my exits? How much time do I have to get to safety?
Yeah.
So that is the mindset of my type A's, of me.
That's right.
So, a lot of times
The adrenaline's just going.
it's just going.
Yeah.
Right. And so what happens is the body starts to break down. But I believe there's a way to be able to have it all. You can become more. I remember telling a friend, I need to slow down. My schedule's too packed. I have so much going on. She said, don't slow down, just become more. I'm like,
Wow.
what does that mean?
How do you become more?
That comes at the end. Okay, I'll tell you
All
at the
right.
end. Kids, keep listening, and I'll give you all the answers
Good.
you want to know.
That reminds me of a saying that a buddy of mine has. He has this saying. He says, bite off more than you can chew, and then chew it.
I don't know. That sounds like
Right?
indigestion
That's
to
a
me.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you take a bite out of it. And how one of my mentors said, how do you eat an elephant? And I know you know the answer to that.
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's our life. That's our business. That's our family. That's everything.
So how do you then approach people like Larry and I, or
Right.
like yourself, or anyone else who's just interested in having individual success and pursuing an entrepreneurial dream or something along those
Right.
lines? How do you approach them and say, here, I can help you?
Well, a lot of times I don't approach them. They approach me.
Okay.
There's a lot of referrals. I think in business, referrals really mean a lot. So when you are going out there, then people find you. They,
Right.
see, people say, "What's my purpose?" I say, "Don't worry about finding a purpose. A purpose will find you."
Okay.
And you
I like that one.
you be of service, and you find to fill a need. Without anything expecting anything in return. But that being said, you got to expect some things in return, obviously. But that being said, I started working with, I was a trainer. I was a personal trainer. That's why
Okay.
part of the
Physical
movement.
trainer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I call it movement now because a lot of people are so burnt out. They're like, I'm not going to be able to train. There's no way. And they think of personal training and they're like, no, I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it. I remember when I was burnt out, I couldn't get into the gym. I would work out for it took me 5 years, but 5 minutes. And I would ride the bike for 5 minutes.
And that was
That's
it?
it.
That
I'm
was
done.
it. I'm
Yeah.
done. Not a second more, not a second. And I did
Yeah.
that for 30 days. And then I moved it up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Because when you're burnt out, the last thing you want to do is burn yourself out even more. And if you're doing a kick your butt program, but movement is really important. So I work with a lot of mental health too. So if I'm working with somebody, say with schizophrenia, and they are hallucinating, am I going to have them sit and meditate?
No.
No. Why not?
They'll just see more
They're
hallucinations.
going to lose it.
Yeah.
Right? So they have to use that kinetic energy. They have to move it. It's kind of like a chihuahua. If I had a chihuahua in my house, I don't have a chihuahua, but if I did, okay.
And chihuahuas can be very...
Hyper,
Yeah.
kinetic, right?
Right.
And
Very
most
kinetic.
of my CEOs and my type A's are very kinetic. They have
Yeah.
a lot of energy. They just don't know what to do with. But if I had a chihuahua and I left him in my place with no exercise, no purpose, and no structure, what's he going to do to my couch?
Poop on Right. it.
No, he's going to shred
He's
it
going to
with his teeth.
shred it.
Yeah, I know.
So we start to develop fixations. That's in the real world. That's called addiction.
Okay.
We start to get addicted, whether it's to work, to alcohol, to food, whatever it is. But the reason is a belief system.
What do
We
you
are
mean by
spinning.
that?
Okay, so every type A that I've ever worked with has had a place in time when they were a child, when they had to step up when they didn't want to.
I see. Meaning like they had to get in front of people or what?
Whether it was a parent not stepping up, either a parent was an alcoholic or, it was a team at school. It was a teacher, telling them that they weren't doing good enough. Something happened, a story, right? We all tell stories. I'm not, and the world is. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not capable. And the world is very punishing. It's not safe. It's unavailable to me. So we created these belief systems from usually about 0 to 7. Every single person on the planet has them. But my type A's were the type of people who had to step up and be the leader when they didn't want to.
Okay.
Make sense?
But what about...
I had to be the leader in our family
That's
when I
right.
didn't want to.
There you go.
Really? I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
Yeah, you do because I had to lead you. I still am.
I tell you what, he did have to teach me how to drive a car.
Yeah.
Because no, here's why. Here's why. My mother was a terrible driver.
The worst.
The worst. And my dad, he was so neurotic that, if you did a little thing that was a little, you brake too hard or you sped up too much, he'd like freak out. So nobody wanted him to teach you to drive. And so I asked my brother, you just teach me. And he said, sure, man.
How'd I do?
Oh, you were great.
Cool.
You were perfect.
All right.
So he did have to do that.
Right.
Yeah. So that ruined you right there.
Yeah. No, that made me a type A crazy man.
Yeah.
Type A crazy man.
But
I always say it isn't wrong, it just doesn't work, because the very survival skills that you're running to are the very things that are killing you.
True.
Okay?
That's true. Eating up inside, right?
Yeah, it's eating you up inside. So a lot of times people go to drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, food.
The sex doesn't sound so
I was
bad.
thinking the same thing. I'm going to sex right now.
It all depends on if it gets risky.
Yeah, I guess so.
Got it.
Risque.
When I'm working with some of my professional athletes, they're doing some pretty risky behaviors,
I
but they're
bet.
doing it
I
to
bet.
sabotage. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing it to sabotage.
We're Larry and Rob Mandel, the brothers-in-law, here on Go Country 105. Do you have a legal issue you need help with? We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and send us a message. Then tune in on Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105. Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law. Now, but what about a person who has an ambition?
Yeah.
But they don't consider themselves a type A. They
Right.
don't consider themselves necessarily a winner. They've had, just to do the grind, and they are, maybe stuck on the hamster wheel a little bit.
Right.
But they want to get off that.
The hamster, they want to not
Yeah.
be stuck anymore.
Can they benefit
Of
from
course.
talking to
Of course.
someone like you?
Of course, because I'm working with a few people right now. They're stuck in life, but they want to be able to take it to the next level, but their belief systems are keeping them stuck.
All right. Now let's talk about that.
Yeah, belief systems. Like I said, I'm not in the world. So I remember when I was a little girl, I was left at Pizza Hut. Now I've had more abuse than one person can stand. I can't believe I'm still alive.
Wait, you were left by yourself?
At 2.5 years old at a Pizza Hut.
Oh.
And
Did they give you some pizza?
they
at
gave me
least?
pizza,
Okay.
Coca-Cola. It was fun for a couple of hours until I realized my parents weren't coming back.
What happened?
So I
the
remember the
heck?
police officers coming.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was really scary at first, but then I started getting panicking, and then I got myself home
How
at
old
two and a
were-
half.
What?
Now, granted, I only lived maybe 3 blocks away.
Doesn't matter.
But still.
What happened to your folks?
They just didn't know I was gone.
Oh,
So I'm the last
boy.
of 9 kids. Okay,
Did
so
did they have
They
beer at
lost
the
count.
They
Did they have
lost
the
count.
beer? Wait, did they have
they
beer
were
at
done.
the pizza
yeah,
place?
they were totally drunk.
Now wait.
to
to this
survive
day,
their life.
To this day, if you see a pizza, do you kind of panic a little bit?
No, actually, I love pizza.
Okay.
And you'll go to a pizza place too, eh?
Yeah, I will. Pizza Hut's my favorite. I love the crust. on Pizza
Mine
Hut.
too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
There's
I'm a
some
pizza
amazing
freak.
crusts out there too right
Crust,
now.
and especially when they cook it in butter. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's amazing.
Yeah, like Moza. Ever been to Moza Pizzeria down there
I
on
know.
Melrose? Oh
You
my
guys are gonna
God.
have to take me.
Yeah,
You got it.
We'll take you.
So
All
what?
right. So you were saying.
So I walked up, and the police walked up, and they knocked on the door, and they said, "Did you forget something?" My parents answered. They're like, "No." I've been gone for over 7 hours.
Oh my God!
Terrible.
It's like
And then-
Home Alone, right?
Home Alone,
Yeah,
Forgot
that's
to look
exactly
at
it.
the body count.
That's exactly it. And so they said no, and I popped out. I'm like, "Hello," and they go, "Oh, I guess we did forget
Oh
something."
yeah, that one.
Right, that one. And then,
They were
when
chill.
and then when I got in, I got punished too. But they're the ones that gave me the quarters to play video games, but they had left me. So I made it mean I am not lovable, and the world is very punishing.
Yeah.
So what do you think I attracted over and over and over again?
Those
Bad
kind of
boyfriend.
guys.
Whether it doesn't even matter. Just in all areas of my life. Your belief system affects you in all areas of your life.
Okay.
Every single one. And if you're good at something, it's because you're running away from it. So if you're really amazing in business, let's check your relationships. Let's check your friendships. Let's check whatever it is. Because even in business, I was attracting the people not to step up. They'd give me crumbs. I'd pay them for what they needed, and then they were punishing. They tried to make me feel like it wasn't enough. But only you can make you feel a certain way. But that being said, I attracted the same situation over and over, in the same relationships over and over.
Talk
same
about
friends,
a hamster wheel.
over and over again.
So Kimberly, how do you overcome that?
So what you do is you have to first come up with a new belief system, but first you have to also, how does the belief system serve you? So you know how we run to our behaviors. So I have these 2 cats, and these cats are awesome, right?
Yeah.
And normally I'm a dog person, but these cats are amazing.
You sound just like me. I have 2 cats, but I'm a dog person.
Yeah.
So I would spray, I love these cats, but they claw my couches, and it really makes me angry. So I would spray them, and they loved it. Like, ooh, water.
Let's
Keep it
scratch some
coming.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I would put vinegar in the water, and then I would spray them. They're like, ah! And then they'd run to me, "Mommy, save me!" But I'm the one spraying them. So the
interesting.
survival skills are kind of the same way,
Yeah.
where we're running to the very things that is killing us to make us feel better.
Interesting.
Make sense?
So how do you alter
self-abusive?
that kind
Yeah.
of?
So first of all, you have to identify, because we have blind spots. So notice, like, what's a pattern? You guys want me to work on you really quick?
Yeah.
Sure,
Do we
I'll
have
take
time?
it.
Yeah,
Why not?
let's do
Do
it.
we have
what's-
time? Yeah, we do.
We have time? Okay.
Yeah.
So what's a reoccurring pattern that you had growing, like, to this day? Someplace you're stuck.
For me, okay. Well, I think I was telling you before we got on the air about a situation where I wanted to learn how to windsurf,
Right.
And I kept getting on the board and doing it wrong, doing it wrong, but just keep getting up there and doing it the wrong way and never really getting it done.
So
So I've had some other kinds of episodes like that where I feel like start something and maybe not finish it right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened? There's a qualifying event. When's the first time you can remember thinking of this, that it was like this in childhood?
The first time I can remember that is trying to learn how to skateboard.
There you
I could
go.
not skateboard as good as my buddy.
Okay.
His name is Brian Tate, and
Okay.
he's an amazing skateboarder,
Okay.
probably to this day. And he could do like physical things so much better
Right.
than I could, and so it was just no keeping up. I didn't have that mindset, or so whatever.
What'd you make it mean? I'm not. And
A
the
good
world
skateboarder.
I'm not good enough.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And the world is
Not fair.
Exactly. The
unfair
world.
or better than me, or
Yeah.
whatever it is, right?
Right,
You
right.
tell me which one rings true to you.
It's the world is tougher than I thought.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's really good. Very good, by the way. And this is kind of hard to do. He's doing it in like seconds. I can't believe how fast he's doing it. Most people take a few minutes to be able to get it.
I drank some coffee.
Okay,
so,
good.
yeah.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
So how are we going to fix this,
so
guy?
we're gonna
Yeah.
fix it.
Fix
So-
me,
please.
So I know you keep asking for the answer.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to.
instant gratification
See,
here,
and that's
Kim.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
People want that instant gratification, but it's not going to happen. You got to address all the different core elements before we get to the solution. Because if we don't, you just go right back to the old behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does that behavior serve you? How does that belief system serve you? And this is fixing it, by the way. You're hearing me. So
I think that for me, I definitely persevere. I definitely don't give up easily.
Okay, got it.
But again, sometimes I may be coming at it the wrong way.
There
but
you go.
I have a hard time. Shifting to the other.
how does that serve you, though? Having a hard time shifting and doing that.
How does it serve?
Yeah,
me?
because it serves you. The belief system serves us. Remember, we're running to the survival skill, the belief system,
Okay.
to be fixed. So we have to identify why. So I'm fixing him right now. This is the solution.
Okay.
We're in the solution right now.
How many years do you need that to do?
Can take a while.
I need 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have another 8 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to it then. How does that behavior serve you?
I'm not sure how it serves me.
So did you stop with the paddleboard? You didn't continue, right?
I didn't continue.
You didn't continue.
But I did something else.
But the belief system is I can't do it, so why even try? So you didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to
anymore.
do it. It's not I can't or I don't know how. When I hear I can't and I don't know how, it means I don't want to.
Yeah.
So when you
Yeah,
okay,
I just decided, hey, it ain't
I'm not
for
going to
me.
do it. It
Right.
ain't for me.
Right.
But it could be for you if you continue to do it. But
Right.
it keeps you safe from doing the things and making you look maybe quote unquote bad.
Exactly.
Okay, so it saves you from looking bad.
Right.
Okay, so what'll happen if you continue to do that behavior?
I would think that it's a positive and a negative.
No, I want the negative. What'll happen if you continue to do
The
that?
negative is you're going to miss out.
You're going to miss out. That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Okay, so are there situations in your life where you've missed out because you haven't been able to do this behavior?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so then we want to go into a new belief system. What's the new belief that you want?
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
And the world is?
Tough, but not insurmountable.
How about supportive?
Okay.
You tell me. I don't know.
I'm not sure the world is supportive,
Okay.
but okay.
But okay,
Your
well,
brother is.
Well, I was about to say. So people always say, Kim.
At times.
Yeah, people always say, Kim, do affirmations work? And I say, yeah, absolutely. If you believe them, but if you don't, they don't. They're BS.
You got to believe it.
You got to believe it. So the question is, where are you supported already in your world?
Okay, friends and family. for
Okay,
sure.
so you
Here.
are supported.
Yeah.
So you are supported.
Right.
So now if I were to muscle test you, whatever, I'll do this after the show because I know we don't have a lot of time. So if I were to test you, you would probably say, my world is supportive because now you believe it because your brother is supportive.
Right.
He's been supportive your whole life, pretty much. I mean, there's certain
There was a
things
period of time there when he was
You were really
11,
annoying.
12 years old. He could be, oh my God. You did not want to be around this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, he's supportive of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's an old guy.
For an old guy.
Yeah. He's
For a cool
yeah.
old
Pretty
Yeah,
guy.
that's
soon
what
I'm
I'm
going to
saying.
have to be supporting him in a wheelchair.
We're all
but,
doing
you
the
know.
best we can
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, now do him.
Okay, we're gonna do him after because we have 8 minutes. So we want to go
Okay.
back because we don't want to
We have
look
4
bad.
minutes.
Yeah, so
4
we don't want
minutes.
we don't want to look bad, but it's
Right.
okay. You're not looking bad. You know what we're doing?
Okay.
We're changing that belief system so that you can tell a new story. So what do you want? What's the solution?
Find the proper way to get it done.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's the proper way to get it done?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to get done.
Right, so
I
if you
imagine.
what would be a solution to the sailboarding?
Perhaps stop, take a breath, and get that instructor and say, hey, man, it ain't working for me. Show me again. Show me. You know,
Show me in a different way.
yeah, show me a different
Showing
way.
it in a different way, and maybe my wife, hey babe, go have some lunch. I'm gonna go practice over here. So when she comes back, you'd be like, I am the man.
Yeah, there you go.
And you're not being scrutinized,
Not being
and she's
scrutinized.
watching.
That's
you.
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always want to know our weaknesses and we want to know our strengths because when we know our weaknesses, then we know how to set ourselves up to win.
I like it.
So because consider that you're not wrong, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I like it.
Have you suffered or been injured by someone else's negligence? When you need a legal team that will stand up for what is right, won't give up the fight and obtain justice, call 818-886-6600. Mandel Trial Lawyers specializes in personal injury cases of all types. Whether it's a car accident, product or premises liability, dog bite, or a catastrophic injury, Mandel Trial Lawyers are there for you when the fight is worth it. Call now for your free consultation. 818-886-6600. Let the scales of justice tip in your favor.
So every morning, read, write, meditate.
Okay.
Get up.
What is
Hour
it?
power, golden hour. Read, write, meditate. Wake up, read something inspirational, journal about it, and then meditate on it. Because what that does is it sets beautiful seeds for in the morning. Beautiful seeds to start changing that mindset.
Okay.
Then you want to move your body 30 minutes a day if you can. Sometimes I was telling you a story, 5 minutes. It's sometimes you only have 5 minutes. Do it 5 minutes.
What do you mean? Just walking,
hiking, bike, gym, whatever it is, just
Good
move
advice.
your body gently because
Move
again,
that
that
body.
kinetic energy, we got to get that chihuahua and make sure he's okay and
Right.
can like redirect it.
So reading inspirational is not looking at the newspaper
No,
or the...
no.
Because that's
something
negative,
to feed your
usually.
brain. Like if you need motivation in a particular subject, we want to make sure that you feed your soul. That's
Okay.
so important. And then we want to put nutrient dense foods in our body, like proteins, like meat, chicken, steak, things like that.
Fish.
Turkey, fish, things. Because
What if you're a vegetarian?
if
like
you're a
my brother?
vegetarian, then you want to do
Fish.
beans and rice,
fish.
Beans.
do you do eggs or tofu
Yeah,
or
yeah.
seitan or any of that? These are all really good things because the body needs some protein to stabilize blood sugars.
Hey, Kimberly, I want to ask you something.
What's up?
To read something inspirational, can you read your book?
You can read my book.
Tell us
Okay.
about her book.
Yes.
Tell us about
But
your
I want to
book.
just say what it is. It's
Yeah.
becoming who you're meant to be.
Yes.
Here's the
You
book.
look hot on that
Thank
cover,
you. I
man.
put red.
I like you in red.
Yeah.
So tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about your book. I guess we're not going to analyze me, thank God.
We'll
All right,
do
go
you
ahead.
That
after
would
the
be
show.
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at the logo,
That'd be like 6 shows.
so you
It all stems from my younger brother being annoying.
because you guys love each other, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So in my
At
book,
times.
it's my hero's journey as well as a step-by-step guide to help you overcome burnout and also become who you're meant to be. And you see on the logo here, it says "Be You."
Okay.
Consider that there's nothing wrong with you. It's just behaviors just don't work.
We're Larry and Rob Mandel, the brothers-in-law, here on Go Country 105. Do you have a legal issue you need help with? We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and send us a message. Then tune in on Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105. Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law.
There's a lot of physical things that you can do in this book. I show you what to do in order to help manage your anxiety. I also have a step-by-step guide on how to address your belief systems, how to unpack them, and how to create the life that you love.
Love it.
like that.
And how do people get this book?
So you can go to Amazon. You can go to Amazon, and it's Becoming Who You're Meant to Be.
Becoming Who You're Meant to Be.
Or you can go to my website, Kimberly Liu. That's KimberlyLou.com.
Beautiful.
And you can just click on the link there. It's right there.
And
like
are you mostly talking to individuals, like one-on-one kind of
All of it.
help, or
I do groups too.
You do groups
So
too.
I go into corporations and I do lunch and learns. I go in and I work. Usually I work with the top CEO, his team, and then I hire trainers to come in and do the movement for the corporations. But a lot of times I'll come into corporations and do talks and motivational talks, teaching them step-by-step guides. Nobody wants to figure out how to do it. So I've done all the heavy lifting for you, literally.
Beautiful.
See.
Yeah.
Stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course, brothersonlaw.com.
Hey, if you missed any part of this show or you just want to hear it again, go to brothersonlaw.com for all of our previous shows and all things Brothers on Law. Hey, we have a quick time to check the Mandel message box.
Yeah, we have time, Rob.
Hi, this is Lily from Echo Park. I recently moved into an apartment. The landlord assured me that there was no cats in the apartment previously, but the carpet smelled and they changed it as well. But they're lying. I'm severely allergic and I'm miserable every day. They must not have changed the padding underneath the carpet. They will not let me out of my lease. Is there anything I can do?
All right, so we were talking about cats earlier. What do you think, Larry?
Well, she's allergic to cats and about changing the carpet. I think if they haven't remedied the problem, that's something that's compensable. Or
Compensable. I
or
think she
let her
wants
out of the lease.
I mean, to me, that's like a contract where you thought it was one thing and it turns out to be another. And really, the whole purpose of the contract is defeated. She can't live in an apartment where an allergen is causing her misery.
Yeah.
So I think she gets out of that lease.
Yeah,
but
it's basically
but she's got to
uninhabitable.
talk to a landlord-tenant lawyer.
Right.
But I think that would be my first blush reaction to that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I take it you're not allergic, Kim.
No,
to
I'm not.
cats. Yeah.
No.
But you like us. You're a dog person, but you got the cats.
Yeah, because I work so much, and my daughter, she needs an animal, so the cats are self-sufficient.
That's right.
Cats?
That's right.
Yeah.
I've really just, we've recently gotten cats, or I have, and so they actually had become very cool.
Yeah.
They're trippy.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I
a
love
lot
my
different
cats so
than a
much.
dog.
Yeah, they are.
One of my cats, she's only 2, but she was diagnosed with a heart condition and she almost died. And talk about, I had no idea how attached I was. Have you ever seen somebody cry, but not just cry, but like that ugly cry?
Yeah.
Just
Weeping.
like puddles.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm sitting in the vet's office and my daughter's like, it's okay. And the vet's like, it's okay. And I'm just ugly crying all over the place. I really got attached to these cats. I don't know how I did that.
We just lost a
But
cat.
that just shows you, though, that Kimberly's got a heart. She does. And so when you coach these folks,
Yeah, I do have a heart.
It comes from the heart.
It's
It does.
coming from a
For
good
sure.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, how about a
And-
true or false, Rob?
A true or
Yeah.
false? All right,
I wanna
Kimberly,
ask
we're going to
Kimberly
ask
about
you
this.
this.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a wacky, see if this is a wacky law. Is it
Okay.
true or false? Fortune telling is illegal in the state of Maryland. True or false?
Ooh. I'm going to have to say true.
Is it true?
Whoa.
Wow. Don't go to Maryland if you're a fortune teller. What can I say?
Stay out of that state.
Yeah.
All you fortune tellers out there. Now, here's the question. If you get Chinese food in Maryland and you get a fortune cookie, does it have a fortune in it or no?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all you Chinese fortune cookie makers, beware of the state of Maryland. All
Boy,
right,
oh
so
boy,
listen,
Rob.
it's time to wrap up our show. We've had a lot of fun with you, Kimberly. We
Nice.
could, I would like to get psychoanalyzed
You
some
got
more.
it.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
we'll
my
do
turn.
Yeah.
right after the
but we do want to thank you, and again, we want to encourage people to go onto Amazon and buy your book. Check it out, Becoming Who You're Meant to Be.
I love
by
it.
Kimberly
Thank you.
Liu.
Yeah, and so if you've missed any part of the show and you want to hear it again or you want to listen to our previous shows, go to brothersonlaw.com for all things on Brothers on Law.
And to our listeners, I'm going to take this part.
All right,
Larry.
go ahead, Rob.
Thank you for tuning in. And check out next week's show at the same time, 8 a.m., right here on Go Country 105. And remember,
Let the scales of justice tip in your favor.
that's right.
Love it.
The opinions expressed in the Brothers on Law show are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for personal professional legal advice.